So I guess the last thing I would ask is, as someone who just started an affiliation as well, what is, some words of advice you could give to someone still getting into it or just starting the affiliation process?
I think the way that worked for me, I can really only speak about what I did. I made it very, very easy. I didn't take too many risks right out of the gate. I didn't open a 5,000 square foot facility and try to fill it up. I literally started in my garage. That as a private trainer, I started in my garage and built out. So I had no overhead. I had very few financial obligations. I was doing stuff out of my car. I'd meet people at a trail. And then as I built my
Did you have a home?
Barely.
A car, a garage? Okay. I'm sorry.
And so, like, for me, the key thing was not taking too many big risks.
Okay.
And taking the right steps at the right time. I remember it was a big deal when I stopped going to people's homes and going to meeting people out at trails and told them, okay, now you have to meet me at a gym. And this is my gym and I'm not leaving the gym. That was a huge step. And then it was move into my own place. That was another huge step. I probably could have bypassed one, but it just didn't feel safe to me. And I just made the right size steps at the right time. And rather than renting a 2,000 square feet and putting my ass on the line with a huge nut to try to fill. So that's my advice for a new affiliate is build your base first, and then when it's time, then you'll know when it's time.
I've met Becca and Dawn, and I both think they're awesome. How did you get trainers like that? Were they your clients? Was it someone you saw on the street and you're like, oh, you got to come work for me, or?
They were my students. They came in. Really the way I built the business, my first idea, and this was kind of odd because I had a couple friends who had opened up private training gyms, and the way they did it was the way everybody else does it, which is open up the private training gym, let anybody you want come in and train their clients there, and they pay you rent, they pay you a certain amount, and my concept was when somebody comes into my gym, I want everyone to go away having had the same experience. Having had the same style of workouts. I never let any of my friends come in and do their own training in my gym. If they had done it CrossFit, I would have let them, but nobody got it. Nobody wanted to do it that way. So I was basically on my own for, the first year and a half.
Right.
My philosophy around my trainers has always been bring them up from within. So I never tried to find another trainer to try to convert them. Mm-hmm. It was always bring them up from within, and it just was very natural. Becca took to CrossFit like bread and butter. I mean, it was like she got it.
Like a fat kid on a Smartie.
Yeah, exactly. And it was very, very natural. Same with Dawn. It was. I'd known Dawn previously, but when she started training with me, she was training with me privately first, and then she jumped into group classes, and it was a very natural progression, and they really got it, and now we've actually got an instructor training program, and we've got 6 or 7 other people who are training to become instructors, and who are learning how to take the skills they learned in CrossFit and learn how to teach, rather than and not only learn how to teach, but learn how to get students to come take their classes, I'm not just giving them clients and saying, okay, now you're teaching our classes. How are you going to get people to come to train with you? So that's part of the system that we've created that makes this system work.